G'day everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas and good break over festive season and is right back into 2023. January, like for most of us, takes about 600 days to go through, and now with everyone with the kids back to school, it's time for the grey nomads to head off on their big jaunts across Australia and take their camper trailers out, their caravans out and that sort of stuff, all great things. And with that in mind, today I thought I'd like to talk to you about photography and specifically using drones. So let's get into it. Okay, so two drones I'm going to be focusing on today. Comparison, just a general look and a comparison between DJI Phantom 4 and the DJI Mini Pro 3. You can see completely different bits of kit and completely different ways of looking at the device. So first of all, the Phantom 4 is a sub 2K category. Next drone I'm going to be looking at is the new DJI Mini 3 Pro. So this drone is in a different category. It's sub 250 gram. Pay particular attention to the CAS website. There's still nuisance laws about flying drones. Don't fly near airports, even though... Okay, now I've got the Phantom 4 out of the box. You can see that it is still quite compact once you've got it together. It's certainly not as compact as some of the other DJI products that are out there. But in saying that, the Phantom 4 is a great bit of kit. The photography, the photos it takes, the video it takes are very, very good. It's up 4K quality, similar to the smaller one. And it's got a very good range. I think these range about 5 to 7K. Now saying that, you still can only have eyesight distance for these. That's part of the regulations of flying with all these drones. Next thing to consider too is that packing this drone up and taking it away with you does add a fair amount of bulk to those with smaller setups like your camper vans and so forth. Whereas the Mini 3, it's the size of a small handbag. When you're out travelling around doing hiking and that sort of stuff, I can tell you firsthand, lugging around the Phantom 4 is a lot of work. It is quite bulky, and for the older ones, you are going to get tired lugging this around, plus your water, plus your other camera, plus. It is something to consider. It doesn't break down any smaller than that unless you want to be lugging it around by the feet everywhere you go. In comparison to the DJI Mini 3, you can see that this product here, that's it. This doesn't include the accessory pack. However, this is the drone complete. So you can see it's not much to lug around with you. It's quite a small device, very handy, and the video quality out of this is still 4K. Very good little product. Now, as for taking away camping, you can see not much to consider as far as what you've got to take away. But your little batteries here. I've got 2 batteries in this pack here, and I've got the charger, which is a USB charger, which is also very handy. I'll show you that in a bit. Right, let's have a look at what's in the box. So as you can see, I've bought some of the extra kit for my Mini, and in that extra kit I've got another additional bag. I've got a little tool kit. I've got this little, now I've got no kickbacks or anything from the D1 store. It's just where I bought my Mini 3 from. Quite a good company. I don't have any trouble with them as far as getting stuff on time. They're prompt, they are competitive in prices. I've had no issues with any of the products I've got from them, so that might be one choice if people are going to have a bit of a look at it. Of course, there's also DJI Home Store as well. You can look for different products. Other stores out there sell these. At this stage, the D1 store is the only one so far I've been able to find that can stock the additional batteries and the extra kits, and they're pretty prompt as well. Okay, so let's look at the charging of this drone, and I love it, the way it's set up. So I've got this additional battery I can use as a hot pack, or I can plug this straight into a USB setup as well in my car and charge them straight from my car as I'm driving along. I'll just show you a quick look at how these are charged from this little power pack here. Now it's only 1000 milliamps, so you don't expect great things from duration out of it. Gets you out of trouble though. So see here, little screen, love this one, comes up here 100%. See, 1000 milliamp hour battery, and what we can do here is just plug our batteries straight into the charge port. Now, a good thing with the DJI products is that they have a self-discharge function. They usually range from, I think, 2 to 10 days, depending on the product or the battery, and the batteries will self-discharge. So consider every time you're going to go out flying, charge the batteries beforehand, and don't think it's an issue with the battery specifically. They're designed that way to self-discharge. Right, so you can see that's charging up already. In the meantime, I'll show you the controller. Controller is another good little product from DJI. Has these little joysticks to go onto the gimbals, as you can see here, for controlling it. There's one. There's the second one. And turning on is just a matter of just holding it again, like all your DJI products. Screen's pretty good. It is good in the light as well. I've had no issues with it in bright sunlight. Some of the other screens I've noticed you've got to put shrouds around them and that kind of stuff, and I noticed that you also do that with when you've got your iPhone or your Samsung phone or what else you want to put to it. Okay, so tells them about a connection guide, how to connect it up. You can go into your normal album. It's exactly the same as the DJI app. Right, so I won't go too much more on that. You've got your normal camera and video recording functions over there. You've got normal same functions as most of these controllers. Set up C1 and C2 switches to do whatever you need to do in the limits of the programming. And drone itself, as I said before, quite a good little product. Let's do a bit of a weight comparison first. So I'm just going to turn on my little scale set up here and zero it. And we're going to look at first the Phantom 4 on the scales and see what it comes in at. So see this drone sitting exactly 1.4 kilos. So it's way under the 2 kilos, which is the maximum allowed for this size drone. And we'll just check this again and look at it against the Mini 3. And some interesting things about the Mini 3 which I'll explain to you as we go along. So if you look at this drone, so we're sitting at 248 grams. So we've got 2 grams shy of being over that class. So first of all, I'm using the standard battery. So the standard battery for these, I'll just give you a look at that. This is the ultralight 249 rated battery for that. Now these batteries are really good as far as time. You get about 34 minutes out of these batteries, which is more than enough for anyone out flying. And if you add that to having 2 or 3 other batteries, which I've got in my pack here, that's more than enough. But what I'd like to highlight to you is that it's very easy to pop over that 250 grams. So people might be out there buying, for example, your extension legs. Okay, so let's put the extension legs on and see how many it takes to go over the 250 gram. Okay, there, one leg on that takes us to 252. So straight away, you're now out of the 250 gram class and you're into the 2 kilo class. So consider those facts when you go out and fly the drone. You stick to the standard battery, don't add the long life battery to it, don't put the legs on your drone, you are going to be fine. But here we go, we'll add the full set of legs on it. 257, 268. Now the other battery, you'll be pushing that thing well over 300 grams. So take that into account before you go out flying. Okay, some of the new features on the Mini 3 Pro are tridimensional sensors you can see here, so it is going to have that obstacle avoidance. It's got the lightweight batteries. It's got a 4K at 30 frames a second. So quite a good little feature, quite good little features, and I think a great little product for those who are out just wanting to do a little bit of travelling and not having to worry about the bulk of taking a larger drone, as you can see, like the Phantom 4 just here. Now the Phantom 4 does have a lot more features on it than this drone. However, you've got to weigh that up against the bulkiness of taking it or the simplicity of taking the smaller drone. Okay, so other points to consider when you're looking at the Phantom series or the Mavics or these kinds of drones compared to these little mini drones is that these are far better in your higher wind conditions. They are a little bit more versatile in terms of their functionality, whereas the smaller drones are more versatile in the ability to be able to take them to places that you wouldn't be really wanting to take the Phantom. Weight, bulkiness, etc, etc. I love this little drone for the stuff I want to do as far as getting out travelling and doing a little bit of YouTubing and things like that. It's awesome for that. So the Phantom 4s are a very versatile drone, similar to the Mavic. Mini 3, great little drone for your park shooter, that sort of thing. Anyway, next thing to do would be to demonstrate some video and photography from both, and I'll put that up there shortly. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe. Thanks again, Tubby out.